This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petrie Wines brings you Deepa and Barry in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petrie family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invites you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective Sherlock Holmes. And you know something? I had an adventure tonight I wish you could have shared with me. I had a steak, about, an inch and a half thick, tender and juicy, and with it a glass of Petrie California Burgundy. Now there's a combination. Steak and Petrie Burgundy. That Petrie Burgundy is perfect mealtime wine. It's a rich red wine with hearty and full of flavor. Flavor that comes from the heart of the grape. And don't think that Petrie Burgundy is only good with steak. It'll make a hamburger sandwich taste like a feast too. Try Petrie Burgundy with any meat or meat dish. It's just wonderful. And to serve it proudly too, because after all, the name Petrie is the proudest name in the history of American wines. And now, I know Dr. Watson's waiting for us, so let's go ahead and join him.
Come in! Come in! Come in.
Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Good evening, Sing Patel. Oh, you're quite muffled up tonight, I see. Overcoat, scarves, gloves. Slip them off and come over by the fire.
Thanks, Doctor. Quite a nip in the air tonight.
Yes, there is, a nip in me, too.
Well, Doctor, you told us last week that tonight's story centered around the activities of a brilliant and beautiful woman.
Yes, there is indeed. Wait, yep. Yes, my boy. Her name was Irene Adler. But I never knew Holmes referred to her anything other than the woman.
She sounds mighty intriguing. How did you happen to meet up with her?
Well, I'll tell you the story from the beginning. One night, it was the 12th of March, 1888 to be exact. I was returning home from a visit to a patient when a step led me through Baker Street. Since my marriage, I hadn't seen much of Sherlock Holmes, and...
You couldn't resist stopping by 221B, I'm sure, Doctor.
Of course I couldn't. As I stood outside the well-remembered door, I looked up to the lighted windows and saw a tall, spare figure of my old friend pass twice in dark silhouette against the blinds. He was pacing the room swiftly, eagerly, with his head sunk in his chest and his hands clasped behind him. To me, who knew every mood and habit, his attitudes and manners told his story. He was hot on the scent of a new problem. I rang the bell, and a few minutes later, I found myself standing before him.
Marriage suits you, Watson. You look in splendid shape.
Yes, Holmes, I'm feeling very well, thanks.
And in practice again, I see. You didn't tell me that you'd gone back into harness.
Oh! How did you know?
Elementary, my dear chap. If a gentleman went into my room with black mark of nitrate of silver in his right forefinger, and a bolt on his left side of the hat to show where he has secreted his stethoscope, I should be dull indeed if I didn't pronounce him to be an active member of the medical profession.
Oh, same as ever, Holmes. By the way, I'm not interrupting you, am I?
Yes, you are, old fellow. But it's a most welcome interruption.
You're working on a new case?
Looks like it. This, letter arrived by the last post today. It's undated and is neither signature nor address. Read it.
All right, I'll take a look. There will call upon you tonight at 7:45, a gentleman who has desired to consult you upon a matter of the very deepest moment. Recent services to one of the royal houses of Europe have shown that you are one who may be safely be trusted. This account of you having, from all of the quarters received, be in your chambers then, at that hour? Don't take amiss if your visitor wears a mask? Great Scott! This all sounds very kinky. do you imagine it means?
Look carefully at the note, Watson. What do you deduce from it?
Oh, let's see. Well, the man who wrote it is presumably well-to-do. Such paper couldn't have been bought for under £half a packet, and it's particularly strong and stiff.
Peculiar. That's the very word. It's not an English paper at all. Hold it up to the light. Notice anything?
Yes, there's a large E and a small G.
Mm-hmm.
And a large G with a small T woven into the texture of the paper.
That you.
The name of the maker, no doubt. Perhaps his monogram.
Not at all, my dear fellow. The G with the small t stands for Gesellschaft, which is German for company.
And the EG?
That stands for Egria.
Agria?
It's in a German-speaking country in Bohemia, not far from Karlsbad.
So the paper was made in Bohemia.
Undoubtedly. And the man who wrote the note is German.
How do you know that?
Now, observe the curious construction of the sentence. This account of you we have from all quarters received. A Frenchman or a Russian could not have written that. It's the German who is so discourteous to his verbs.
Oh, there's your client. I better go, Holmes.
No. Well, unless you have to.
Well, I could stay. I thought perhaps that.
And then, my dear chap, stay, by all means. I'm lost without my Boswell, and this promises to be interesting. I told Mrs. Hudson to let the masked visitor come upstairs unannounced. Come in. Good evening, sir.
You received my note?
Yes, indeed. Have we wrote you and sit down? This is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. You may say anything before him that you can say to me. Whom have I the honor to address?
You may address me as Count von Kram.
How do you do, sir?
You must excuse this mask that I wear. The august person who employs me wishes his agent to be unknown to you, and I must confess at once that the title by which I have just called myself is not exactly my own.
I was well aware of that fact, sir.
You see, Mr. Holmes, the matter I am about to discuss implicates the great house of Ormstein, hereditary kings of Bohemia.
That had not escaped me either, sir. In fact, if you will state your case, I shall be better able to advise you, Your Majesty.
How did you? Yes, I am the king. Why should I attempt to conceal it?
Why, indeed.
I shall remove mask. There, Mr. Holmes. I have traveled incognito from Prague for the express purpose of consulting you.
Then, pray, consult.
Briefly, the facts are these. Some 5 years ago, during a visit to Warsaw, I made acquaintance with the well-known adventurers Irene Adler.
Irene Adler? We know of her, Your Majesty.
Look her up in the index for me, will you, Watson? It's right beside you on the desk there.
I imagine that her name would not be unfamiliar to you.
Here we are. Abrams, Acton Creed, Natchez Brothers. Adler. Ah, yes, Adler.
Splendid. Hand me the file, old chap. Ah, thank you. Irene Adler, born in New Jersey, in the United States of America in 1858. Contralto. Prima donna, Imperial Opera of Warsaw. Oh, retired from operatic stage, living in London. Quite so. And here's a recent notation. Aha. Your Majesty, I understand. Became entangled with this young person, wrote her some compromising letters, and is now desirous of getting those letters back.
Wow, precisely so, but how could...
What? Was there a secret marriage?
No, none.
No legal papers or certificates?
No.
Then I fail to follow you, Your Majesty. If this young lady should produce this for blackmailing purposes, how is she to prove her authenticity?
There's the handwriting.
That could be a forgery, Your Majesty.
But it was private no paper.
Stolen?
My own seal.
Imitated?
My photograph.
Bought?
But we were both in photograph.
Oh, dear me, that's very bad. Your Majesty has indeed committed an indiscretion.
Did you inscribe the photograph, Your Majesty?
Yes, Dr. Watson, I'm afraid I did.
Oh, good gracious me.
Mr. Holmes, it must be recovered.
Perhaps if you were to pay enough, the photograph might be bought.
She refuses to sell to me.
Stolen, then?
5 attempts have been made. Twice burglars in my pay ransacked her house. Once we diverted her luggage when she traveled. Twice she has been waylaid. There has been no result.
Oh dear, it's quite a pretty little problem.
It's a deadly serious one to me.
Your Majesty, what does Miss Adler intend to do with the photograph?
To ruin me.
How, sir?
Well, I'm about to be married to the second daughter of the King of Scandinavia. She is very soul of delicacy. A shadow of doubt as to my conduct would bring the matter to an end.
And Irene Adler threatens to send the photograph to your fiancé, I suppose.
Yes, and she will do it. Rather than let me marry another woman, there are no links which she would not go none.
Are you sure she hasn't already sent it, Your Majesty?
I'm sure.
And why?
She said she would send it on the day my betrothal was publicly announced. This day was Monday.
Splendid! Then we still have 3 days. Your Majesty will, of course, stay in London for the present?
Yes, certainly. You will find me at the Langham Hotel, registered as Count von Kram.
Just 2 questions before you leave.
What are they?
Is the photograph large or small?
Quite large and with very heavy frame.
I see. And what is Irene Adler's London address, please?
Briony Lodge, Serpentine Avenue, St. John's Wood.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Good night, and we shall soon have some good news for you.
I'm placing all my hopes in you, Mr. Holmes. Good night. Good night, Dr. Watson.
Good night, Your Majesty. Fascinating problem, Holmes. I wish I could help you with that.
You can, my dear chap. I shall be glad of your company.
Oh, what's our first move, Holmes?
A good night's rest. We'll meet here at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And then?
Then, my dear fellow, we shall see what we can find about Miss Irene Adler, late of the Warsaw Imperial Opera Company, and at present residing at Briony Lodge, Serpentine Avenue, St. John's Wood.
Q. Watson?
Well, Holmes, I guess examination of Barony Lodge didn't prove very illuminating.
No, a bijou residence that represents the essence of dignified suburbia, but tells us very little about the owner. I think a visit to the local public house might prove more instructive. Come on, old chap. I see the door of the Coach and Horse is inviting us from across the road.
Well, our disguises shouldn't cause any suspicion.
That's why I suggested them. In the character of a couple of stable hands, I felt that we might inspire confidence. This is a horsey neighborhood, and there's a wonderful sympathy and Freemasonry among the fraternity. Here we are. Better let me do most of the talking.
Yes, I will. I'm sure that your accent will be much more convincing than mine.
Let's go in, shall we?
Well, what will it be, mateys?
Half a bowl of malt, please. How about you, Charlie?
I have the same!
To a half of old and mild. Here we are, mateys. Here, that'll be a tenner.
Have a drink with us, Governor.
Don't mind if I do. I'll have a Guinness. You blokes new around here?
Oh, yeah, we just come off from Clapham.
Clapham, eh? Well, here's looking at you. You hunting for jobs?
Yeah, that's right. We were told that Miss Ada Croy needed a new coachman and groom.
Well, that's the first I heard of it, but it might be true. Have you been over to ask?
No, not yet. We thought we'd find something about the old girl first.
Oh, she ain't an old girl, Maggie. She's the prettiest young thing you ever saw under a bonnet, and that's a fact.
You know her, Governor?
Yeah, of course I know her. Used to drive a carriage, I did, before I come to work here.
Oh, what's she like?
Well, as nice a little lady as you'll ever find, chum.
Work you hard?
No. She lives quiet like. Goes out singing at concerts once in a while. Rest of the time, it's money for gin. She goes out for a drive in the park every day at 5, comes back to dinner at 6:30. Rest of the time is your own.
Oh, she ain't married, you say?
No, but she's got a bloke what comes to see her all the time. He's a barrister, nice gentleman. Mr. Geoffrey Norton is his name. Good-looking fella. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get spliced.
Sounds like a nice, cushy job to me. Come on, Charlie. Let's go over to the house and see what's what. Much obliged to you, chum.
Good luck, mateys.
Good night.
And thanks for the Guinness.
Oh, what's our next move, Holmes?
Let's stroll back to Bryan Lodge, shall we? I'm undecided whether to continue my investigations there or try to find something out about Mr. Geoffrey Norton, the barrister. If he is just her lawyer and nothing else, it's more than likely that she's entrusted the photograph to his safekeeping.
Hello, there's a cab waiting outside Miss Adler's house.
Hurry, Watson. It may be Mr. Norton's.
Here we are at the gate.
Yes, and here comes a man hurrying down the pathway. Quick! Behind this post! Listen!
Where to now, Miss Norton? Drive like the devil. First to Gross and Hanky's in Regent Street, and then to the Church of St. Monica in the Edgware Road. Half a sovereign if you do it in 20 minutes. Right you are, Mr. Norton. Hop in.
Try and signal a cab, Watson. We must follow him.
Here comes one now. Oh no, it isn't. It's a private carriage.
Miss Adler's, no doubt. Here she comes down the pathway. Back again. Be open.
Where to, Miss Adler? The Church of Saint Monica. John, and a half sovereign if you reach it in 20 minutes.
Game's afoot! Quick! You must grab a cab and follow them!
Here comes a hansom. Cab! Hey, cabby!
Have you blokes got enough money to take a cab?
Here's half a sovereign for you, my man.
Right you are. Where to, Governor?
The Church of Saint Monica on Edgware Road. And another half sovereign for you if you get us there in 20 minutes.
And thus concludes part 1 of A Scandal in Bohemia from Sherlock Holmes. What the hell, Josh?
I just wanted to make him sound generically foreign.
Foreign.
And so I went with Tommy Wiseau.
I could have sworn you were going to go for like, oh, this is my disguise voice, and then break out a different accent, but you just plowed ahead with it.
No, it's just like if Tommy Wiseau was in the role, you know? It's real Hollywood play.
All right, Josh, I want to hear you do the Tommy Wiseau voice, but do the line from the Street Fighter movie, where it's Raul Julia as M. Bison saying, "For you, your entire world changed that day. For me, it was Tuesday."
For you, your entire world changed that way. For me, it's just Tuesday.
Sorry, that's a little esoteric deep cut there, but I had to hear it. I don't know, for whatever reason, it got stuck in my head after your line about the next day will be Monday, or whatever it was, and I was just like, I gotta hear Tuesday. Who's seen Street Fighter movie? Come on, I know Barry has.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
It's been a long
that
time.
was fun. I want to, Red. What did you think of our stupid project?
It's fun.
You were great, by the way. That was so much fun. Your Cockney accent put everyone else to shame.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I have a
It
challenge.
was there.
issue.
It was something else. Mateys sounded like I was a pirate.
No one is here to try to do a good job. Some of us inadvertently do, like Barry last week when he was the All-Star. But yeah, for the most part, this is just fuck-offery. I do have a challenge to issue for an upcoming episode. I don't care who does it, and you don't have to volunteer now, but I want to hear somebody do a character as Steve Brule.
What? Wait, what was that?
Steve Brule. Do you know who Steve Brule is?
Oh my god, I don't.
It's a John C. Reilly character from Tim and Eric.
Oh.
Yeah. What's wrong, Barry? I think we broke Barry.
Very
I liked that.
You can tell I'm not frozen because my background's still moving.
Were you full Harry Carey this week? Was that what that was?
Oh, me? Oh.
Yeah.
Over the top flamboyant.
Alright. If you're a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
I would.
And be
Cubs
delicious.
would.
Brian,
okay.
did you
Here's the
add
thing,
some
I thought about
car
doing
sound effects?
Yeah, I ran out of ideas, and I just decided, like, I know it's not the right period, but I needed to
I sent you carriage noises.
Yeah, I
sent you horses.
I decided to take creative liberty.
He was just making sure we were all paying attention.
I feel like that was a joke just for me.
You handed me all these beautiful sound effects. I was like, nah, fuck it. Oh man, that was fun. That was like a serious dialogue episode. Like up until now, we've done whopping 4 episodes so far, but like the Flash Gordon and the Dick Tracy were way more, I don't know, loud
Campy?
in general. Like it was a lot more high energy and sound effects and stuff. And this one was kind of subtle, and it was like, oh, I'm actually paying attention to the plot this time. This is actually interesting development, as opposed to like, of course the tiger lady killed her. Duh.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. If you haven't seen episode 3 or 4.
No.
Spoilers for a 100-year-old script.
God,
Absolutely.
Too, when you really think about it, like, it just kind of hit me a couple days ago that we're working in century-old media with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yikes.
And it still works. You know, technically. God, what do we want to do next time, though? After this, next episode we do in 2 weeks from tonight.
Oof.
We'll do the second half of Sherlock, obviously. But what else? What did we have idea-wise going on in the Discord? We had a few of them floating around, right?
That requires looking
I
back.
don't have the window up.
Wasn't one of them like War of the Worlds or something like that?
I want to
some
know
point?
the world someday, but that's a lofty goal down the line.
We'll get there.
That's just my favorite.
We'll get there.
My husband was telling me about, I think it was Fantastic Four that Bill Murray did. That
Wait.
it was a radio.
I mean, that sounds
Hitchhiker's
fantastic.
another one.
Yes.
Holy crap, it's real. In
doubt her?
1975, young Bill Murray played Johnny Storm in a Fantastic Four
Wow.
radio show. It actually happened.
I think you just
Wow.
nailed it.
That sounds like fun.
Yo.
There's 10 episodes.
There are 10 episodes.
Okay, we do it, but everybody does it as a different Bill Murray character.
They're a different Bill Murray character.
I mean,
Yeah, there's only like
I
two.
I will argue that Zombieland Bill Murray is different than Groundhog Day Bill Murray.
Not by much.
Oh, boy, they're about the same, though.
Well, one was in zombie makeup.
Yo,
That's
we're
And
definitely
died.
doing this.
The other one just refused to die. As hard
That's
as
the joke,
We're
though.
110% doing this next time.
All right. Wow.
When you
like-
said that, I had a vague recollection.
Y'all
of this,
got it.
Random Marvel trivia that I had probably just dug up when I'm screwing around on the internet, and I think I knew that for some reason, but I'd completely forgotten it. That is so good. It makes me want to go back and watch the who directed it? The 1994 Fantastic Four movie. Help me, Barry.
Oh, man.
I don't know because the rest of the development makes me want to say
Richard
Ron
Corman.
Howard.
Richard
Yeah,
Corman.
Corman.
Yeah. I'm gonna go watch that
Roger.
tonight.
Roger?
Roger Corman. Sorry, you're right.
Roger.
Oh god.
Is that the one with Chris Evans?
No.
No,
It-
those were the
No.
arguably good ones. This was like
That was actually in theaters.
This was made just to keep the license.
yeah.
Yep.
They never actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's notorious. They like we can only find it at like bootleg stores at Comic-Con. You can never actually get your hands on it. And when you go to Comic-Con, it is the most frequently reoccurring DVD you will see on a shelf. Promise you that.
I would buy it. I would buy it.
Mm.
I've never seen it.
It's
I've
on
seen
YouTube.
tons of references to it
I
on
never
YouTube
look
and
for
stuff.
bootlegs at cons, so
Bullshit.
I don't.
That's
The
not
only time
true.
I've looked at bootleg, yeah,
I've
because I was
been
with
there
you.
with you. I
Because
was
you were-
there
I
when
was
you
with you!
exchanged money.
I didn't buy any.
Didn't you buy Beast Wars
Yep.
one year?
No.
I thought you did.
The only bootleg I ever bought was at Comic-Con, and it was the 5 seasons
What's
of
the
the
Muppet
Muppet
Show?
Show before it was
Yeah.
available on Disney+.
Yeah, that was the only time I've been in a bootleg booth. Only time.
We downloaded those somewhere. Like, we have some crap copies that we got from the internet.
Yeah. No, the guy also had Muppets Tonight, and I was like, how much do you want for it? And he was like, $60. I'm like, it's not worth that, and walked away.
Oh,
It isn't. It's not. Sorry. Not sorry.
It was a fine
He
book for
wanted
what-
60 for all 5 seasons of the Muppet Show. 60 for the 1 season of Muppets Tonight. No.
Wow.
That's
No,
ridiculous.
like that's $10 at most.
I did hear that Comic-Con is going to be hybrid this year, so there is going to be some
Yeah.
semblance of in-person. Probably won't go, though, as much as I want.
Hey,
Maybe
I
55
probably
yellow.
won't because there's, as far as I know, there's still a wedding that previous weekend,
Oh,
or maybe
yeah,
even
you're right.
same.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot all about that. Sorry to
He's not in chat tonight. It's okay.
No, he's not. Do we have anything going on in the chat?
That's fine.
I have... Remind me, who is Giala again?
That's a friend of mine, Colby.
Cool, right on. Welcome again. Thank you for joining us. Alrighty.
Honestly, the accent got the play in the chat, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah, MVP Josh this time.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I thought my crappy hedonism about impersonation would have worked, but nope.
Well, honestly, I was kind of like thinking of going that way, and then you did it, and I was like, oh, I got to do something else.
I had two choices. I was like, nope.
Because I almost went like a Julia Child like voice. That was we were down to the wire. I was like, okay, he's doing that voice. I was almost gonna do that one, so let's do something else.
I'm really
But you
enjoying
found
the
it and
insight
stuck
into
with it.
character choices.
Yeah, I was like, it's just gonna sound generically foreign.
Which is basically Tommy Wiseau.
And that's it. Yeah. I mean, I guess he's French, but
Yeah.
Is he?
What, like outer space?
his name's Wiseau. I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
French? That doesn't mean he's French.
Oh, I just don't know.
That's true.
Nobody knows.
He's very Quebecois.
It's very mysterious.
Did you actually watch The Disaster Artist? Because that was brilliant.
Oh yeah, I've seen the
very
Real
good.
Deal movie too.
Yeah. Jeez.
I saw that movie, the original one, like 12 or so years, maybe like 13 years ago. Dan Jimerson had me watch that. Bryan, he didn't tell me anything about it. He was just like, "You just have to watch this movie," and I was like, "What? Okay." And then he just laughed at me as I went, "What are we doing? What is this?"
So I
And
need,
then-
I need
But why?
to interject something here real quick to only because the context is only applicable. I'm sorry to be exclusive to Barry and Dan, because Dan Jimerson, he is the sole man responsible for us knowing about Riccio. I want you to know that.
Oh man.
Nope,
What?
not me.
Well, you're an anomaly, but the reason I brought Riccio to Fredonia with you guys is because of, well, Dan.
I mean that's the
and
reason I
Eric-
actually finally got to see it, but
Is there a Riccio radio
'cause-
play?
Oh God, that would be funny.
Get out of
You're
here.
all free now.
Yo!
We have goals. I have a goal. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write the Riccio radio.
There you go.
The great American radio play.
There it is.
Red, for reference sake, I don't know if you know what the fuck we're talking about, but I'm gonna throw it in the Discord because it is my religion. I remember.
Honestly,
this
half of the
goddamn-
post show is like Kristen, Deepa, and anybody else wondering what the hell we're talking about. So you're feeling right at home.
I just didn't listen.
It's Barry, Bryan, and Dan catch up.
It's just, oh man. The only problem
I'm
is,
sorry.
if we want to do it authentically, then we can only have one voice actor.
Yeah.
Because there are 12 characters that speak in that movie, including a woman, and they're all voiced by one guy.
I never noticed that before.
Oh yeah,
And you're right.
yeah, it's blatantly obvious. It's some of the most
Well,
and
just think of all the great Leaf whistle Foley.
oh god, now I'm actually thinking about it. Yo,
That's the one,
knows
Giala.
what's up. The 90s kung fu movie, yes. The movie made in 1992 about the far-off year of 2001.
Where all prisons have been privatized.
It's just one giant, like, fuck America capitalism propaganda movie. You realize that, right?
But we're all free now, so that he's obviously
Yeah.
America.
Oh god, that's a whole nother discussion. Sorry, we're way
Yeah.
off. We shouldn't. Yeah, the Riccio.
So
round
Sherlock
table is a
Holmes,
different
that was
episode.
fun.
Right, Joe.
I did want to go around the table as always and just see what everyone's up to. Deepa, what's going on?
Oh gosh. I am currently writing
Wearing a hat.
the first 10 pages of a pilot. for like a sitcom. Working on that.
That's cool.
I need to finish that tonight.
Anything you can like tease us with, or?
I can't. It's a comedy.
I have to ask.
The comedy
A half
about
hour.
people on the internet making bad radio dramas and funny voices.
Let me say, like, I have zero interest, and in fact, I will blacklist anybody who's out there making quarantine content. Like, anybody who's making a fully produced show about being in quarantine, fuck them. That is dead to me. If it's somebody who is working within the constraints of the pandemic and the quarantine, like us operating on Zoom here, I have zero qualms with that. But if somebody's out there being like, I'm going to write the great American sitcom about people stuck in their homes, go to hell, eat shit, die.
Wow. You'll be happy to know that that's not what mine's like, so.
Good.
At all.
We avoided the foot in the mouth this time, Bryan.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't care. I would not care. No, I have zero forgiveness and zero interest in going anywhere near that kind of content. I don't know how many else feels, but Barry, what are you up to?
So I'm in the middle of
Deepa,
writing
you were in a
great
music
American
video.
drama based off of being in quarantine.
Fuck you. Wait, we got to backpedal because Dan just mentioned something interesting
you're
about
right.
Deepa, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, I actually have some questions about that.
What? Oh, yeah, I was in a music video.
No.
Yeah, that came out. Yeah, it came out on the 31st.
Yeah. That was an interesting scene you were in.
What? Oh.
Your scene was
Yes,
looks
it
like if now exactly what was that dynamic?
Wait, hold on a sec. Did you share this in the Discord? I didn't see it.
It was on Facebook.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it was.
Can I
So if you
can we play it?
search on YouTube or something, it's from it's called Hopeless Romantic by Likeable. So you can look that up on YouTube.
It was actually
I'm
a catchy song.
I'm
not
the
gonna
brown
lie.
one in the music video.
While I'm pulling that up, Barry, what else is going on with you?
Besides my Great American Drama based on being in a pandemic,
Yes.
shot of a webcam. Not much at the moment. Just kind of this.
Fair enough. What about you, Josh? How's Katie?
Great. We're working on Shadow of the Colossus on our stream, twitch.tv/KatieLearns. She when playing video games, she honestly doesn't get too frustrated. I get more frustrated, but then I sort of play that up, to try to be funnier. But
No, that's coming through the Twitch.
Sure is.
I'm not gonna play.
We can't afford this.
Wait, I'm not gonna play. There we go. Sorry, it auto panned. I'm gonna keep the audio off of it.
The content strikes on YouTube. Oh no.
is this the video?
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Oh, okay.
No.
In the video, I have a white sun.
Oh, is that what
That's
the
how that
dynamic was? Okay.
Yeah.
That is not even remotely what I thought was going on. I thought it was some polyamory thing.
Okay, yeah,
Not gonna lie.
no. You're like the second person that brought that up.
Like-
to me.
I mean, this is what it looked like. How is that fun? Is
My
he
white son. My white son.
Yeah. I'll tell you, you're there.
The other
Yeah,
girl with
that's
the blonde
me.
hair, not that one, but the other one looks kind of familiar. Still not. I don't know. I lost her. She looks kind of familiar. I just wanted to ask. That one. Do we know her from something? Why does she look familiar?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I
Put
like
it
her
on their
baking
phone
talents.
wallpaper. Okay, so Red, what's going on with you? What do you do when you are not wasting time making horribly paced audio dramas.
Just read chat.
I've been
Wait,
doing
the Asian guy is your
stay-at-home
son?
thing.
Wait, hold on. All right, let's keep talking. Sorry, Red. I do want to hear what you're talking about. What did I just miss?
Bizarre. How are we supposed to talk over this?
I don't know.
We won't
With your
talk
mouth
about
hole.
it.
Let's dub it.
Back to Red. Red, what occupies your days these days?
My kids.
Hmm.
They just finally got back to being in the school building 5 days a week.
Wow! Congratulations.
How old are your kids?
Yeah.
So, baseball season started. I coach one of their little league teams. My softball season is about to start again. So, the kids
Right on.
in baseball, pretty much it.
That's awesome.
What age group?
I'm doing 6 and 7 year olds this year.
Cool. So like grasshopper baseball, or?
It's coach pitch. They 4 and 5 is t-ball,
Gotcha.
and then 6 and 7 is coach pitch, and then my older one, who just turned 9, is in player pitch.
Okay. Gotcha.
So in the coach pitch, are they going like 90 miles an hour? Like really get them in?
I grew up in the softball tradition, so I have to pitch to them underhand.
I'm not aware of this. Is the coach pitch thing like a more contemporary version of like learning baseball? Like when we were playing, we player pitched the whole time, even when we sucked.
I think that's where the 8 and 9 year olds are at. Yeah, this is just to get them used to hitting, because if you got kids who can't get it over the plate, nobody's hitting anything.
Yeah, of course.
That makes sense.
And the game goes nowhere.
I mean,
Pretty much.
our games are entertaining
Isn't that
because
just baseball?
Yeah.
screw you.
I
like
mean,
baseball.
So
sports.
occasionally I do women's fantasy camp for the Red Sox. And we had the same problem, is none of the women know how to pitch underhand.
For the Sox.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a New England homer.
I'm just teasing. Dan, what's going on with you? How's April?
April is great. As I mentioned at the top of the show, my sisters came for kind of a surprise visit, and it's awesome. All of our birthdays are this month, so we got to celebrate together for the first time in a year.
Feels nice.
Other than that, the college semester is almost over. Got a couple more weeks. We end at the end of this month, and it's all going pretty good. Can't really complain. Not really doing anything else watchable except for this, but I have my whole setup complete in my basement now, so if anybody needs some voiceover work done, please let me know.
I appreciate your staggered egg crate placement. Very smart.
Thank you.
For anybody who just like swaths it against one wall, doesn't help. Doesn't help. From one sound guy to the other. Doesn't do shit. Awesome. I have done nothing of interest besides procure an Oculus Rift S. So that will be my night after this.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
here's something. I found this.
Whoa! You still got the
What is that
cow.
little guy?
So that was a stress ball promotional cow that we had, not we, generations before us at the radio station at Fredonia, and we ended up like locating the big stash of them and distributing them, the remnant, and then Barry, of course, colored his like Satan.
Yep.
Nice.
I can approve of that.
Of course.
It's just old. It's just old college radio swag. So that's pretty cool. That's nice. Any recommendations for me in VR? I'm starting my first real personal foray into it. My experience thus far has been I've played Batman or Arkham Origins on PlayStation VR, and I played oh god, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a BBC spacewalk game, and both of the experiences have been absolutely awful. I don't know if you know how Batman became Batman, but his parents get shot in an alleyway, and there's
And Moscow saves them?
the first level of Batman Arkham VR is a level called Origins. And you play as a 9-year-old Bruce Wayne, and you watch both your parents get shot in front of you.
Wow, that's like
You have
edgelordy.
no power over it.
Wow.
Somebody thought you needed
you
that
put on the
experience.
goggles, and suddenly you're 4 feet tall, and you look up and there's Dad, and you look up and there's Mom, and then you look up and Dad's not there anymore, nor is Mom. So yeah, it's a
That
great
is
way to start.
sad.
Are they on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
Take-
look down.
Take off VR headset. Put it away.
Why are these bodies here?
No, Katie was
All right, I'm out.
worried about me last night because so the other one, the spacewalk one, I was playing. So you're in the International Space Station. You're part of like the Canadian repair crew, and there's like a solar panel that got bent. So it's fully freeform and it's Oculus Touch. So I've got the fingers and stuff going on, and they drop you on the thing, and an astronaut comes up and he's just like, "We're gonna go do repairs. Come on!" And you have to like grab handrails and pull yourself along, and it's really gnarly. And you look down and there's Earth, and then like the sun goes down, and Earth goes dark, and the lights come up, and it's really really cool, and I really enjoyed it. Until you get to a point when you're hanging on by literally a carabiner attached to a string and one hand when you're supposed to be doing the repairs, and then over the comms in your astronaut helmet and your space helmet, they say, "Uh-oh, looks like there's some space debris coming your way." And have you guys ever seen the movie Gravity?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah,
Yes.
the game is basically Gravity from there on out. And I threw the helmet across the room and I said, "Fuck this."
Well, my go-to recommendation is Beat Saber.
Beat
Saber's
Saber.
great. I'm also a big fan of Super Hot.
Yes, that's the other one for sure.
What's it called? I enjoy a game called Elven Assassin. I don't
Haven't heard of that
know
one.
if you can get that with your head. It's basically like an archery game where you shoot orcs and dragons.
How does that
It's like a tower defense.
does that system hooked up to your PC, Brian? Are you playing off of that?
Yeah, same PC here. The Rift S is the one that doesn't have the sensors. It's all built-in cameras in the helmet, so I don't have to hang shit up.
Gotcha.
It's really nice because I got like
Great.
no space. No space.
Because
Yeah, no.
there's Half-Life Alyx off of Steam. That'd be a good one.
Yep.
I'm having a hard time getting the VR running on Steam.
Yeah, it's,
I did a little bit
starts
as
and
well,
it
but I
really
figured I
chugs.
did end up figuring it out with because I did that, and the Star Wars Squadrons works with it as well.
That's what I tried to run last night is Squadrons because I freaking love Squadrons. And
It was the thing with Squadrons is it could not get it, and I don't think it does work with the controllers. I think you have to use like an Xbox controller or something. Or a mouse and
there's too
keyboard.
many buttons. There's too many inputs. That's fine.
So
But being able to look around the cockpit would be awesome.
Yeah, Jala has mentioned Ragnarok is similar to Beat Saber, but I don't like. It's like basically you're a drummer on a Viking ship.
Ooh.
My problem is that there's no drums you're actually hitting.
oh
So
yeah,
it's-
so you
Oh,
just
so you
whiff.
don't have that tactile.
I
You're just
see.
kind of
Yeah, like you get a buzz, but it's not. It's like I love Donkey Konga. I want to like Ragnarok, but I don't.
That sounds pretty good. All right, we've been here almost an hour, and I don't want to hold up everybody on what is certainly to be an exciting Friday night and continuing quarantine. I don't know about y'all,
gotta
but
work
I got
tomorrow,
my vaccine scheduled for the end of May. So I
Ah,
can
nice.
hopefully start working my
Yes.
way
Vaccines.
towards back to normal life. Yeah, the resources have been spotty, but glad it finally worked out. And I don't even care that I got to wait. At least there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Good for you.
Um,
Should have done the Diego trick and called.
yeah, right. I've been hearing like everybody's got different stories about how it's worked out for them. It's wild.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I found out, hey, I can get this in the first group. Awesome, I'll sign this up. Next day, email. Hey, there's an appointment on Monday. Want to go? Sure.
Yeah.
That was it.
Honestly, though, like we've already gone through a full year of this. At this point, I'm not in a rush. As strange as that sounds, like it'll happen. It's gonna happen. There's still probably people that are more important than me in front of me, so like, I'm happy being patient.
Aw, man, you're important. Don't say it like that.
I'm not important at all.
Get
all right,
vaccinated,
so-
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get vaxxed or get fucked. So 2 weeks from now-
Wait. I could have got fucked?
Yeah.
All right, 2 weeks from now, we're back here. We're going to do the other half of this Sherlock Holmes episode, and then I'm going to start looking at this Fantastic Four and see what I can figure out, if there is actual script to these. I guess we'll start right with the origin, because it's Meet the Moleman, which I'm assuming is based on the first issue. So that would be awesome. There's also Meet the Incredible Hulk. Nice. Wait, oh, you can't hear that, sorry. I was listening to it, and it's got the announcer voice, but it's not Stan Lee. Hey, can anybody do a Stan Lee voice?
I'll practice.
Excelsior! No, that's Pitt.
Excelsior!
There you go.
Remotely close.
That was pretty good.
No, that was not bad. That was not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. This has been a fun one.
Welcome to the fold, Red.
Yeah, I'm so cool to
Thanks.
have you here. And until next time, we will catch you folks later. Everybody have a great weekend. Do whatever Easter, non-Easter
night.
stuff you're going to be into. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.